This is 228th module of financial management, and in this module our topic of discussion is risk and leverage. We have talked a bit about the relationship of leverage and risk, and in principle we have said that leverage increases risk. Higher is the leverage, whether it is operating or financial leverage, it actually increases risk. Now let's first see how do we define risk, or what is actually risk. One way of defining risk is uncertainty, the level of uncertainty that what we do not know what is going to happen, how much will be our profit or how much will be our loss, is something that is risk. But important thing is that in risk it is not just the negative element, but there is also a positive element. यानी रिस्क कोई नेगेटिव चीज़ नहीं है, रिस्क किसी लॉस का नाम नहीं है, बल्कि रिस्क के अंदर पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ प्रॉफिट और लॉस दोनों होते हैं. यानी हम इसको यूं भी डिफाइन किया करते हैं कि रिस्क इज़ द प्रोबेबल डेविएशन, यानी जो मुमकिना डेविएशन है, दैट इज़ फ्रॉम आवर एक्सपेक्टेड रिजल्ट्स. हम कोई चीज़ एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे, कोई अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट, कोई परसेंटेज ऑफ प्रॉफिट, कोई अर्निंग पर शेयर, लेकिन ये अर्निंग पर शेयर या प्रॉफिट हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशन से कितना ऊपर या कितना नीचे जा सकता है, दैट इज़ व्हाट इज़ रिस्क. नाउ द रिलेशनशिप ऑफ risk and leverage is that, in simple word, leverage enhances risk. That means if we increase leverage, the risk would automatically go up. And if we want to control or curtail risk, we need to reduce our leverage. यानी हमारे फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट के कंपोनेंट को हमें कम करना होगा अगर हम रिस्क को कम करना चाहते हैं. And if we are a risk taker, then we would increase the component of fixed cost. Another important thing which I have just mentioned also is that when we use the term return, जिस तरह रिस्क हमेशा कोई नेगेटिव चीज़ नहीं होती, इसी तरह रिटर्न भी हमेशा पॉजिटिव अमाउंट नहीं है जो हमें मिलती है. द टर्म रिटर्न इज़ यूज्ड ऑन व्हाट वी गेट ऑन आवर इन्वेस्टमेंट, which can be positive or it may also be negative. Now, we have talked about the measurement method of leverages, and we have said that these are three, that is DOL, DFL and DTL: operating leverage, the degree of financial leverage, and the degree of total leverage. And one principle is true for all these three, and that is whenever degree of operating, financial or total leverage will be higher, the risk will be higher. Now again, let's revise that what we have discussed and relate it to the risk component. DOL is a small change in sales that causes a big change in our profit. So higher is the DOL, higher is the risk. थोड़ी सी सेल बढ़ने से जहाँ प्रॉफिट बहुत सा बढ़ेगा, वहाँ थोड़ी सी सेल के कम होने से प्रॉफिट बहुत सा कम हो जाएगा. DFL is a small change in profit which is taken as EBIT, and a large big change in earning per share. अगर हमारे प्रॉफिट में थोड़ी सी तब्दीली आती है तो हमारे अर्निंग पर शेयर में बहुत सी तब्दीली आ जाती है. So that means if we enhance our profit, we'll enhance a lot our earning per share. But if our profit goes down, our earning per share will considerably go down because of DFL. And the total leverage, which is measured with DTL, again explains the same thing, that a little fluctuation in sales would lead to a lot of fluctuation in earning per share. अगर sales बढ़ती जा रही है, if we have got an upward trend, wonderful, the DTL should be higher, and that is where we make extra profit. But if the certainty is not there, if the things are volatile, कभी मार्केट ऊपर कभी नीचे, बिजनेस अगर एक स्मूथ ट्रेंड के साथ ऊपर की तरफ नहीं जा रहा, एंड देयर आर अननोन possibilities of decline or boom, then high level of DTL would be very dangerous, because at times where there will be decline in sales, that would directly affect earning per share. So the summary of this discussion of leverage, or the degrees of operating, financial and total leverage to risk, is that risk is an inherent part of such a business organization where there is fixed cost component. It is up to the management of the business or the company that how much risk they are ready to take. This should also be considered by considering the overall business environment, by considering the overall economic environment. And if there is a lot of stability in the business and economic environment of a country, then it is better to have higher degrees of leverages. But if we do not have a very stable and growing business or economy, then it is suggested that we try to curtail or reduce or keep our leverages at a certain level, so that at times of recessions we may not suffer a lot.